I purchased Pierre for $20,000 in March of 2008. About 9 months after my purchasing him, he came up pretty lame, and he had been diagnosed from a local veterinarian as navicular, white line, and foundered. I took him down to Washington State University. We had an MRI down there, and they had taken part of his hoof, resected the front part of his hoof, sliced off the front part, and decided that they were going to try and drain it away that way. It didn't quite work. He was still lame, on stall rest. At that point, I had, through a friend, run into Doug and told him my story, and Doug had begun to explain all of the different methods and things that he used to rehab horses. And Pierre was a great case because he was a really expensive show horse, a high performer, and he was completely lame. There was nothing that we were going to be able to do with him except put him out in the pasture 9 months after the purchase, and I was heartbroken. Doug came about 2 weeks after the procedure was done on Pierre's hoof, and he put some shoes on him, did what he did, and told me I could ride him that afternoon if I wanted to. And after about a week, we had a horse with no limp, a horse with no stumbling, and a horse whose back had risen up about 3 inches because it was, U-shaped. So it was obviously making some physical difference in a very short period of time. But in terms of how long it took me to ride him to get him back into working order, it was about maybe 3-4 days total. I've been told that he is a very different horse than he was a couple years ago, that he looks different, he moves different, he acts different. Well, so this year we're expecting great things. We're going to take him to 5 or 6 shows prior to the Nationals and the World Championships. I attribute that to Doug teaching me about the complete horse. The idea that what you put in a horse's mouth is a good chunk of it, but the rest of it is having a great sense of the overall being of an animal, and how you can keep them happy and healthy through very minimal techniques.